I can't pull my head. I can't pull my flipping microphone in. I was gonna say headphones initially. Alright, give me a breather. Give me a breather. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV. Deluxe is the record. Better Than Ezra is the act. Devoted to David via the Patreon. Who the heck is better than Ezra? I don't pose that as a question of who is better, but who is this act? I have no idea. But we're going to jump straight in with track number 1. 13 tunes on this. In the Blood is track number 1. Let's flip and go. Have we got comments? We've got comments. Elektra Records. 1995. Producer Dan Rothschild. Vocals Dan Rothschild. Ooh. What a family name, eh?
Can you be so warm? Can you know what I feel? What is the way you move your hands?
Is this the Rothschild of the famous banking dynasty? Shall we find out? I'll be with you in 1 second. I'm back. So, Dan Rothschild, the frontman of this band, his father, Paul Rothschild, was a famous record producer, producing bands such as Janis Joplin and The Doors. Jim Morrison of The Doors' dad was Intelligence, okay? Intelligence Agency, I won't name no names. And supposedly they were utilised and weaponised to spread or socially engineer the drug usage in the hippie movement of the 60s, but we won't talk any further about that. I'm just finding connections. It's all online. This is Better Than Ezra. Let's go. Shout out to David. David, your surname isn't Mike by any chance, is it? Michael. David Michael. I've got a very, like the person I consume the most at this moment in time as far as content is concerned is a fella called Mike David. And that would be a coincidence. Great guitar tones, eh?
Can you throw away everything you live for?
Great production all around. So it was not only performed by Dan, it was also produced by Dan as well, which in 1995 is a fair amount of talent, you know. I know everybody's a bedroom producer at this day, but to be signed mainstream, Elektra, mainstream, subsidiary of mainstream label, I don't know who Elektra are under. Is it Sony? I don't know, you tell me. But to self-produce at 95, very good.
That you play, that's the reason that I'm asking. Hey, yeah, and that's the reason that I want to know. Hey, yeah, and that's the reason that I'm asking. Hey, yeah, and that's the reason that too many lost links in a chain passed down through the Did you love before? Did they love before you? But it's the way you move your hands. It's the way you understand. And that's the reason that I'm asking. Hey, yeah. And that's the reason that I want to know. Hey, yeah. And that's the reason that I'm asking. Hey, yeah. And that's the reason that I la 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 la
That cadence reminded me of something. Dun 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 dun. So, let me just say, you know, and it does. We generally talk about the sounds, you know, the soundscape, as this is, you know, a music review channel first and foremost, but we will go into like the character of the band, the branding of the band, and the instrumental performance. I think, considering the frontman is credited as the producer of the record, it's just as valuable and exciting to me, actually, that we can talk about the sound production from the get-go. This is a really good sounding record. This is really good sounding, from the way it's mixed to the actual tones of the instruments. I'm a guitarist and I'm not a tone sort of guy. I'm just a pick up and play sort of guy. But the tones we're getting from the guitars just sound very fun to play, very jangly and crisp and, you know, well leveled. Very good stuff. Very good stuff. Nice, easy listening, radio rock pop music, or at least this first track was. Very pleasing to the ears. I enjoyed that. We got a music video coming up next. Good. It's entitled. Track number 2 coming up next. Yes, now, bless now. Don't forget to rest now. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV, signing in. Better Than Ezra is the act we are listening to today. The album being Deluxe. 13 tracks. Track number 2 is entitled Good. It comes with a music video. As always, I'll give a disclaimer. It's not all about the video. We listen to the music. We comment on the music. So if I, you know, bypass some plot in the video, it's irrelevant. In the Blood was track number 1, and it was a great start to the record. I'm looking forward to seeing where this band goes. Let's go.
Well, maybe I'm just too sure, or maybe I'm just too frightened by the sound of it. Pieces of note fall down, but the letter said, it was good living with you, it was good, it was good living with you,
I mean, this is a rock band, yeah, but it's singer-songwriter music. It's classic pop music. 4-chord progression. The 4 chords follow the general pop interval chord progression. Slight adjustments, slight variations on how they're played. So we have a little ghost note there played on the bass note before it restarts the cycle. Doing things very well, you know? Doing things very well. You just take the foundation, you take what you need to do, and you add your own pizzazz. That's the way it's done, alright? It's so unfortunate that such a gem like this from the 90s goes virtually unannounced today. But those who were there back then share this little secret together. Someone says it smells like chlorine. The swimming pool in town played this a lot that summer. Many oh, fuck off. I'm not here for your comment poetry. Some energy from that drummer, eh? What's this chord progression saying? Let me see. Let me see. Let me sharpen my senses here. What's this, a G? G chord right there. Yeah. G to D. Dun, dun. G. And then C. G, D, G, C, am I right? La, na, na, la, na, na, la, na, na, la, na. Controversial opinion. Was the guitar solo played by an external force in the studio? Because we don't have it being depicted here by any of the musicians, yet it is being played. But the guitarist continues to play the rhythm guitars. You think in the music video they would, you know, showcase the playing of the solo, right? But it blurs everyone out. It makes everyone a little more mystified during this. Was that guitar solo played by someone else? Let's look at the credits. WMG, Warner Music Group. So I said it was Elektra, could have possibly been under Sony, but no, it's under Warner. Mainstream. I mean, when your dad produces for the flipping Doors, right? You're gonna be major, right? You're gonna bypass all of the normal people activities and be sent to the front, right? And you know what? Believe it or not, the actual fact that the dad was operating in that realm is the only reason why I question the guitar solo. I like the music a lot more than some of the requests I've had in a long time. So far, so good. But, you know, there comes a plasticity. I know how the media works. I know how the mainstream works, all right? Smoke and mirrors. It's polished. So the idea that there's a guitar solo on the record, yet it's not depicted in the music video, yet we have the whole band in the music video playing their parts. The fact that the guy continues playing free cowboy chords while this solo is being played, it makes me think, did they get a third party involved on the recording to incorporate that solo, and it wasn't actually the making of the band, you know? cool act. Can't fault them. I like the sound. I do like the sound. Southern Girl coming up next. Yeah, let's keep going. Generals gathered in there. Oh, shit. I didn't do the trademark hand rub. If you want to know why I do the hand rub, people, it just ensures that I can break the recording up into the appropriate sections. So let me begin again. Generals gathered in their masses, diddle-a-doo-doo-doo, just like witches at black masses. Sabbath doing their last shows once again. They'll be back as long as Ozzy stays alive. There'll be a new Black Sabbath comeback every fucking year. Sharon wheeling him out on the wheelchair. Go on, Ozzy, make us some more money. Make the label some more money. Come on now. It never stops. Have you seen the Osbournes now? Have you seen Sharon and the daughter? They popped up. I wasn't going out of my way to search for this because I'm not an Ozzy head. I'm not an Osbourne head. Never watched the Osbournes. Never cared much for Sabbath. But they popped up indirectly. And they were going on about Ozempic, the weight loss drug. And holy shit, it was an uncanny sight to see. People are people, humans are humans. Weight loss, generally speaking, is healthy, you know, if done appropriately. Like, low body fat percentage isn't the worst thing in the world. But you see these two and you think, what the fuck has gone on here? There's some Hollywood shit right about now. Southern Girl is track number 3. We're listening to Better Than Ezra. This has been a good record so far. And beyond being a good record, it's actually been a very good sound. I've enjoyed the production of the record. I've enjoyed the tones of the record. The structuring of the songs. Only 2 songs in have been good. So they've set a standard to a degree where I think that the record as a whole is going to be pretty good. Like, they've showcased an ability which, you know, sets a high ceiling, a high standard, but one which is not like hard to continue attaining, given you can, you know, write like that. This is Southern Girl. Let's go. How's it going, people? A little bit tired. When am I not? They come across a little bit R.E.M.-esque to me, you know? And I don't know much about R.E.M., but
There she is, white light, descending like the color of rain. July.
they're actually performing now. September 6th in New Jersey. As if. Someone says, such a great song. I saw Better Than Ezra in The Grove at Ole Miss in 1995. It was outstanding. Someone thumped a quarter and hit the lead singer in the eye. He, Kevin Griffin, stopped the whole show mid-song. Pointed to the guy who did it and said, if you do that again, I'm jumping down. What? He, Kevin Griffin? So, up until this point, I've been giving credits to the frontman that he was Mr. Rothschild conspiracizing against the band. Because Mr. Rothschild got a credit on In the Blood as a singer, from what I'm aware, but also got credit as the producer. So maybe he was just a producer because his father was a producer, and maybe the frontman is someone completely different. No, we've got here vocals, Dan Rothschild. Who's Kevin? Guitar and vocals, Kevin Griffin. So we've got 2. The guy, okay, the guy on the guitars is doing Kevin Griffin. The guy on guitar does vocals as well. Okay, cool. That makes sense.
One thing will never change, down and out. You found this city has you on your back. You long for her to take you away, and I
Love them twinkly guitars. Let it down. Ooh. The band is tight as hell. I really like the band. I do like the frontman and the vocal performance to an extent. He's not approaching it with my kind of singing. I think maybe in a higher register would optimize my approach to this dude's performance, but it's all cohesive. It all works very well. Just the instrumental, to me, the sound and the way the band as a whole has been mixed and put forth and recorded, really good, really good. Love the elevation of the chords here, the higher register twinkle. It sounds really good. I think the lyrical writing could be better. The structuring of the writing is okay, but this hook, we could elevate it a little bit, and give it a little more pizzazz. I want you, I need you. We've heard it 50 million times before. We need to stick with the same concept, but we need to perceive it and apply it in a more unique direction, That was a good song. Criticism behind us, I think that might have been, the better sounding song of the first three we've heard. Yeah, very cool. The Killer Inside, coming up next, track number 4. Yes, now bless now people, there's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. The Killer Inside is track number 4 of 13 on this album. Deluxe, plain and simple, by Better Than Ezra. It's been a pleasant listen, and pleasant, I think, although might not be the most exciting of words, does sum up the experience I'm having with this so far. It's nice, it's easy listening, it's smooth, calm, casual, good listening. you know. We've got a record here, 13 tracks, which is lengthy considering, you know, we're averaging at 4 minutes, arguably, per song. More than 4 minutes, you know, probably averaging at more than 4 minutes. And I'm not frightened to tackle this mountain of a record because it's just been nice and easy to listen to, you know. They don't make 4 minutes sound like 4 minutes. The Killer Inside coming up next. This entire listen goes out to my friend David. Thank you, David, for recommending this on the Patreon. Let's jump in. The rhythm has been very tasty on this record.
She believes that I'd be better off without her. And she believes in me. She believes that time can make things right, yeah. And I wanna believe there's been a change in me. And
Great relationship between the twinkling guitars, the chord guitars, and the bass line movement on this. Bass frequency very prominent, yet not overwhelming, you know. As I've said at the start, it's a great sounding production. Wow. Fantastic little string. Bring them back. Better. Amazing. Very good. This is a great recommendation. I've been enjoying this record. I'm only continuing to enjoy it, and I'm sure I'm only going to continue more as we go through. I used to work with a woman with the surname of Ezra, or at least a client of mine was a lady with the surname of Ezra. She was a bitch. She was a fucking horrible woman. Aside from that, I'm familiar with Ezra. There's an artist, songwriter. I think he's British. What's that guy called? Summer Ezra. You tell me, people. You know better than me. There's a songwriter with the surname of Ezra who's, you know, very popular. George Ezra. That's the one, right? George Ezra? That twinkling guitar, you might shoot me for this one, but the tone at the very least is reminiscent of Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds by the Beatles. Am I thinking of that song? I think I am. Yeah. Great song. I like that one. People don't reference the Beatles no more, can you believe it? It's been so long since I've come across someone referencing the Beatles. That was The Killer Inside. Great song. Great song. I mean, we've had such a strong arrangement of the first 4 songs. I said the third one might have been my favourite as of so far, but now we're adding this fourth block to the building. It's... Bro, I don't know if I can put one before the other. They're all great. They're all great songs. We've got Rosalia coming up next. Okie dokie. I will see you there. Yes, now bless now, people. Don't forget to rest now. There's ROCKSTEADY at King of the Pit TV signing in. Rosalia is track number 5 of 13 on Deluxe by Better Than Ezra. Let's jump straight in, yeah? They do sound like R.E.M., don't you think? It's not often I hear a guitar with a tremolo sound as good as that. Normally it comes across as just like a bit of a quirk, but the tremolo sounds really good on that guitar.
Has he done, my senorita? His kind of love is gonna kill ya. Do you fake a smile when you dodge the blows? So many times, so many chances, this one could be your last. You say no, 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 the fighting has left you tired. You say no, 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 but the hurting is on. Put on your mask, wearing your cape. Put on your mask, my Rosalia. Put on your mask, wearing your cape. Put on your mask, my Rosalia. Jealousy.
There's been numerous records we've listened to recently where the idea of the bass actually being something worth considering has been like non-existent. It's not popped in the mix, nor have they had any sort of movement external to the rest of the instrumental. But on this record, the bass holds a great presence, and I've got to put some respect on that. It's give the bassist some respect, man, you know? Give the bass line some respect.
Can't rip your heart out in jealousy. Can't turn a hand into a face.
1, 2.
You say no, 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 the fighting has left you tired. You say no, 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 but the fighting goes on. Put on your
Mic check.
mask, wearing
my Rosalia.
Put on your mask. Wearing your pain. Hey, hey. Put on your mask. Wearing your pain. My Rosalia.
People are giving credit to Kevin in the comments. Says Kevin has written songs like 10 times, 20 times platinum. So is Kevin the songwriter, whereas he doesn't necessarily sing the songs? Because we've got here guitar and vocals, Kevin Griffin, but we have vocals, Dan Rothschild. But so what's the relationship when it comes to the band between Dan and Kevin? Because it sounds like we're just fronted by one band. But are we giving vocal credit to both because Kevin's writing the songs? Ah, we got writer here. Kevin Griffin, writer in the bottom comment. Okay.
Rosalie, Rosalia. Rosalie, Rosalia. Rosalie, Rosalia.
Nice little tidbit there at the end. Nice little tidbit. Nice little tidbit. Yeah, that was a quality tune. In my opinion, this section, which, you know, which came about twice as a turnaround, the intro section, the chord progression, just a great canvas to paint upon. Really good sound. Nice, upbeat, positive sounding chords. Great pop chord progression. Great tempo, great lead work there. I like that. Yeah, that was a cool tune. That was a really cool tune. Cry in the Sun coming up next, yeah?
That client review was...
Yes, now, bless now. Mind the Barnet, people. Come on, give me a break. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV. Can you tell, after a few months out, like, nada training, we're back in the gym, all right? Nice and easy. Ease my way into it. Nothing heavy. Just get the blood flowing, get the body moving. It's incredible the leverage it has on my life. The dynamic has changed. Where I would feel an internal sense of punishment for eating crap food, for having a couple to drink, for doing this, that, and the third, I now feel some degree of leverage and allowance to counterbalance that which is, you know, the darkness to my light, because now I have aided my lifestyle with a little more light. Just been given some train tickets on the old text. Anyway, we're listening to Better Than Ezra. This is devoted and recommended by my friend David via the Patreon. Cry in the Sun is the title of the 6th track on the record. Let's jump in.
You clean out your room, and under your bed,
Got myself a big bottle.
your long forgotten
Forest fruits flavoured still spring water. Come on now.
with a hand to your head. Sigh out loud as a memory rushes over and buries you. Summer rainstorm, but the shed was dry with a girl from Carolina.
With the girl from Carolina.
And you held it so tight for the warmth that the rain denied. Is a timer slow to a flash?
That cry, 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 a little gospel-esque, you know?
Hope I never see the price of my freedom.
So we had credit on this record, Elektra Records, subsidiary of Warner. I've got 15 years ago, Better Than Ezra in the Blood, the official video, put out by Atlantic Records. So I've had a little dip and dive through some of these mainstream labels. I do highlight mainstream labels purely because, you know, on this channel we get a mix of both worlds, don't we?
Trace the moon, is it crawl across the night sky? Covered in dew, lovers pass. Well, here's to now and don't look back. And oh, how I tried to heed the words written here. Cry in the sun when the devil beats his wife. If you cry, cry, cry in the sun. Hope I
Hey, my guy's putting a little relatable comment here. He said, beautiful song, great lyrics. Reminds me of my divorce from my wife. I was too young and immature to be married, and it took me some time to figure it out. We both moved on, but seeing a picture of her makes me realize the mistakes I made and my selfishness. I want to highlight that. It makes me realize the mistakes I made and my selfishness. You know what? That's a grown man right there. You know, anybody out there ever felt that before? I know I have, most definitely. Maybe I'm calling him a grown man because I'm projecting what I see in myself upon him, and maybe it's a little bit narcissistic of me. Hey, maybe that's the case, but the idea that, you know, you look at your past relationships and opposed to blaming your partner and as opposed to, like, being harsh on what once was, you think, you know what? I could have dealt with that better. You know what? I was a little bit volatile. I was a little bit childish. I was a little bit emotionally driven where I should have been a little more rational about everything. I should have had a better perception. I should have had a better engagement relationship. And even if you're in a relationship now, it's good to take a moment to step back and look from the outside looking in and think, you know what? I don't want to perceive this relationship in a year or two time the same way I perceive that one now. I best be the best person I can be in my own way. Isn't that lovely to think about? You know, it's not to put down the today of, not to put down the self of today, but to elevate the self of today into a better person, you know, and utilize comments such as that to do so. Something I need to do, you know. I guess it's quite meditative in sense, you know. I digress. Good art creates good conversation. Positive or negative, it don't matter. Onto the bridge.
brings you back and makes you feel alive. Before your reason clouds your eyes. Well, you could rule the world if you wanted to.
You can rule the world if you want to.
Well, I hear you're living far away, and then life's treated you well. You know that we were young and this picture's old, but I still can hear you sing through the pounding of the rain. And oh, if you try, tell me, can you hear them say, cry in the sun? When the devil beats his wife, freedom. Hope I never see the price of my freedom. Yeah.
Lovely tune. This record, I wouldn't say it only gets better, but I'll say it only remains as fresh as the first track. Like, we're not coming across any mundane material. If you like what you heard in the first couple of songs, you're just going to continue enjoying this record. It's consistent, yet holds a balance between likeliness through the songs, but separation in the songs, where you have a different, you got individual independent songs, but still sounding like Better Than Ezra. This is a great record. Teenager coming up next, track number 7. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV signing in. We've got a MailChimp advertisement here. I was going to point out to the first woman on the screen, would you hit that? Would you hit it? I got a thing for girls with that haircut, that straight fringe. I don't know what haircut you would call that. The Morticia Adams. But yeah, give it a go. Teenager is track number 7 of 13 on Deluxe by the band Better Than Ezra. Let's jump in, yeah?
Listen to them fight. Hear your mother cry. Weekend at your dad's. They don't know what they do to you. Teenager. Wrap yourself in black. Listen to the cure. Love line won't call back. They don't know, they don't care, they don't see, but I do. And if it feels good, do it. As if it tastes fine and drink. Well, there's a range of possibilities to find. Teenager. Teenager. No one knows your
Little bit Dinosaur Jr. in the instrumental here.
name.
A little bit, and I don't know too much about Dinosaur Jr., but there was an album I really liked back in the day called, I think it was called Farm, and they had a lot of sounds like this on that record.
One hears your cry.
We should do some Dinosaur Jr. on this channel. Jay Maskis.
Fall in with the
He performed with G.G. Allen.
'cause they know what you're going through. They do. And if it feels good, do it. And if it tastes fine to drink, well, there's a range of possibilities to find. Teenager. Teenager. No one's wrong, no one's right. They come down on you. I have found your life inside mine.
I'm sure that one means something to somebody. To me, that wasn't as strong as the songs that have come prior. Alright? It's not a weak chain in the link. It's not a weak link in the chain. Bada bing, bada bum. But it wasn't the greatest song. You know. 13 tracks. I could make it 12. I could chuck that one off, to be honest. We've got Summer House coming up next. We've got 2 tracks, actually. One called Entitled, which we're just going to blast before Summer House. I'll see you there, okay? Yes, now, bless now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. Let's continue moving, shall we? Deluxe, better than Ezra. This is going to be a reaction to Summer House, although there's an untitled track that comes prior to it. So we're going to listen to them both. Track 8 and 9. Let's go. Devoted to David. Recommended on the Patreon. Thank you very much. Nice little interlude. Quite a abrupt finish to it. I assume on the record it should flow a little better, right? Let's go. It does, yeah. I heard a little resonance there from the guitar. Summer House. Wait. Summer House is the name of a great series. There's a London-based like gang crime drug drama called Top Boy, and I recommend it. I think it's good. I think it's good. And the first series is called Summer House because that's the name of the estate they live in, the high rises. The equivalent to the projects if you're an American. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
else.
That was the briefest track on the record. Came in nice. I like the tom beat, like the guitar solo section. It wasn't that good a song. Yeah, guitar work wasn't fantastic. It was just a bit uninspired, I would say, you know. What more needs to be said? Porcelain, coming up next, track number 10, yeah? Yes, now bless now people, don't forget to rest now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. Deluxe is the record. Better Than Ezra is the act. Porcelain is the tune. Track 10 is where it's sequenced on the record now. Moby coined Porcelain, right? We have done no Moby on this. I don't know if Moby would be worthwhile going through. What do you think to that? Let's jump in. This entire list for goes out to my friend David. Thank you.
Hey, you've got a lot of nerve. Show your face round here. Hey, you've got a lot of nerve to dredge up all my fears. Well, I wish I could shake some sense into you and walk out the door, but your skin is like porcelain. Yeah, your skin is like porcelain. Just the other day I felt I had you by a string. And just the other day I felt we could be everything. But now when I see you, you're somebody else with somebody's eyes, and your skin is like porcelain. Yeah, your skin is like porcelain. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't
Great walking bass there.
know if you're there. In the woods you are fading.
Give us a little clean guitar solo. That'd be
Do
lovely.
you even care?
Brilliant build. Brilliant build.
Well, I wish I could kill you, savor the sight. Get into my car, drive into the night. Then lie as a scream to the heavens above. That I was the last one you ever loved. Porcelain. Yeah, your skin is like porcelain. Yeah, your skin is like porcelain. Yeah, your skin is like porcelain. Yeah.
A satisfying change with the clean unplugged guitars, the percussion, as opposed to the drum kit. The bridge section was the best, so like just beyond the middle point onwards up until like the the last third. That was a great moment. That was the highlight of the song. With it being so clean and organic, it gave me a lot of room to actually, be attentive to the lyrical content. And such as what I said on an earlier song, Southern Girl, this dude can put whoever is writing the lyrics and structuring the lyrics can put a good flow together, knows how to structure a song. Lyrically speaking, though, doesn't necessarily give much food for thought, relatively simplistic lyrics, but hey, I'm not a lyrical guy, but this is a very heavily vocal-based band. Like, arguably, it could be a singer-songwriter act, You could take all of these songs and just put an acoustic guitar in the background and have them as, hold the same degree of value as they do with the whole band. So we got Heaven coming up next, yeah? There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV, signing in. Deluxe is the record. Better Than Ezra is the band, and we're going to jump straight in. Heaven is track 11. It's a very 90s sounding record, isn't it? But even so, the production's very good. The production arguably is ahead of its time. It could be like a 2000s record, but the writing and the performance and the general energy of the act is definitely in the 90s.
Now maybe I'll try. And if you said I would go
It's a really good production for the 90s.
to heaven, now maybe I'll try.
Maybe I'll try. Normally I hate them backwards guitars. I think they always sound shit, but in this particular occasion, this is the best time I've ever heard that effect being used on a guitar, and a lot of great bands have used that guitar. Stone Roses, Hendrix, but this was the most tasteful approach to using it. It was musical as opposed to being like a novelty, you know?
With a heart that's noble as the greatest man who ever lived.
I'm gonna get some sleep after this, people.
Please help her
Maybe I'll try. Go to heaven. Oh, maybe I'll try. Oh, maybe I'll try. Maybe I'll. That was a good tune. That was a good tune. That snare section was very catchy, infectious, unique, and yeah, I like the backwards guitar, and I like the overall, you know, soundscape I was provided on that particular tune. That was a great tune. Yeah, heaven. Let's keep moving. This time of year is coming up next. Yes. Yes, now bless now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. Deluxe is the record. Track 12 of a whopping 13 is This Time of Year. Better Than Ezra is the act. Let's jump in.
Well, there's a feeling in the air, just like a Friday afternoon. Yeah, you can go there if you want.
Someone says, thank you, Kevin, and Better Than Ezra for this record. So no one's really giving props to Dan. So Kevin must be the guy behind the record, you know? Kevin Griffin.
Though it fades too soon, so go on.
We got Kevin Griffin's got writer credits on them all, but we got vocals Dan Rothschild on them all. Although there is really no dual vocals for the most part, but he's also credited for the producer. So what's going on? What's going on? Has my man Dan done the production and then give himself, you know, writing credits to whichever extent by putting himself down there?
Let it be. If there's a feeling coming over me, seems like it's always understood this time of year. Well, I know there's a reason to change. Well, I know there's a time for us. You think about the good times.
That's a fresh pair of strings, or a fresh 6 strings on that guitar.
Right this time of year.
Great bass presence. Bum bum, bum bum bum.
Well, there's a football in the air across the leaf-blown field. Yeah, there's your first car on the road, and the girl you steal. So go on with yourself. If there's a feeling that there's something else, seems like it's always understood this time of year. Well, I know there's a reason it's time of year. Yeah, and I know there's a time for us. Think about the good times, but you live with all the bad. You can feel it in the air, feeling right this time of year.
Hardest I've heard that snare being hit.
Well, there's a feeling in the air,
Bonk.
just like a Friday afternoon.
It's like a Friday
Yeah, you
afternoon.
can go there if
What if you
Though
are?
it fades too soon.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Go on, let it be.
Let it be
If there's a feeling coming over me, seems like it's always
understood.
this time of year. Well, I know there's a reason to change, and I know there's a time for us. You think about the good times, you live with all the bad, and you can feel it in the air. Feel it in the air. Yeah, I can feel it in the air. Well, I can feel it in
This time on. La 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 la. Lovely tune, great build. The acoustic introduction up until the up until the end was great, but the acoustic introduction into the establishment of the full instrumental track was brilliant. Really good. Really good. That was a great song. It was well written as well, you know. Very cool, very cool, very cool. I'm not going to sit around and criticise. I thought that was a good tune. Coyote's last track on the record. I will see you there. Yes, now bless now, people of planet Earth and beyond. Okay, if you're tapping into this video via somewhere across the solar system or above and beyond the firmament, okay, in the ocean above us. If you are tapping in the core of the earth, here, listen to this, right? Do they tell us that the core of the earth is super hot purely so we don't dig it down into it? Is that what they're trying to tell us? What's all that about? This is the last track of the record, Deluxe by Better Than Ezra, Coyote. This listen through has gone out to my friend David. Respect. Let's go.
Hidden out, your heart beating in your head, riding on the Texas wind. Raise your feet as you cross the state line. Waking up the Mesa sun and the sky all the way to Comcari. And Santa Fe seems a stone's throw away. Yeah.
That Dinosaur Jr. coming out again. Lovely. Coyote. Boom, ba, 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 dum.
Coming down, the Phoenix sun on your face turns it red by the afternoon. And to the right, the Grand Canyon is wide. Sing along, the needles skip in the wind. Count the stars of Death Valley. And in the dark, Barstow starts to fade.
Was this on the original record? Because with there being a massive 13 tracks on this record and it being out for so long, sometimes you have to ponder as to whether this was a B-side as such or added onto like a remaster perhaps. This is really good quality. You know, I like this song. I think it's a really good song. So far, I really like this song. Until it starts slagging me off, then I might think, oh, fuck this. So far, so good, you know. Okay, secret track or where we going? Hidden track coming up? Is it a hidden track drop? Definitely is. Hidden track. We're ramping up with distortion. Not a bad hidden track. Some of them are terrible. That was okay. It was obviously, you know, a filler jam. We had like one riff jamming off, just on loop. What needs to be said? The tune that came prior, Coyote, the actual track on the record was really good. I thought that was really good. The chorus in particular, when it elevates the word coyote and you have the dual vocals and so forth, that was like a special tune. I thought that was one of the better tunes on the record, and this record has had a lot of good tunes. I'll see you on the next video where I give you my final overview of this record. I'll rate out of 10 for you, yeah? Yes, now, bless now. Don't forget to rest now. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV, Water, Guan, Battyman. Better Than Ezra was the record. The album, no, it wasn't the record. Better Than Ezra was the band. Deluxe was the record. 13 tracks recommended by David on the Patreon. One love, David. This was a unique recommendation. This was a well received recommendation. I enjoyed it. I'm going to be critical here. I criticised the record quite heavily. I mean, I've criticised other records more heavily, but this one, you know, I was speaking of what I think they could do better, what I feel is lacking, and I was approaching it from quite a pessimistic state of mind, at least from the first half of the record. But that's not to say I disliked anything. That's just the duality of like and dislike. You know, if you love something so much, there's a counterbalance of stuff you dislike to the same degree. You know, you can't have one without the other. You can't have one without two. You can't have light without darkness. So, let me talk about it. 13 tracks. Was it too many tracks? There was one tune in particular I said I'd dispose of. At least call it 12 tunes. Could this album be a 10-track record? Possibly. Possibly. Did it work as a 13 track? Not as much as a 12 track, but a 12 track would work. Yeah, that's what I think. I think 13 tunes on a record, like actually 13 cohesive tunes on a record is odd. It's an odd number. It's a distasteful number for me. One of the tunes is entitled Untitled. That should have just been put before Summer House and just compiled as one and made it a 12 out of 12, but I'm speaking on my own personal taste. 12 is a pleasing number. 1 and 2 equals 3, right? 3 is the triad. 3 is God. 3 is the triangle. I love the number 3, and we should call it 12 as opposed to 13. Now, where do we start? First and foremost, I want to give props to the production and the sound engineering. It's given credits on the production side to Dan Rothschild. What a surname, eh? What a surname, Dan Rothschild. Jeez. Imagine having that surname. That's a deep one, that. His dad, apparently, Wikipedia told me this, was a fella called something else Rothschild. And he was a decent producer. He worked with The Doors, Janis Joplin, and definitely more big names that I didn't care to look into. I just had a brief view. And I thought, okay, fascinating. Fascinating, the Rothschilds in the music industry. Eh? No surprise. Mainstream label this was put out on. Now, people in the comment sections are talking about not Mr. Dan Rothschild, who's been given the credit and who's been referenced on the Wikipedia, but they're referencing another guy whose name escapes me now, but he's credited for both the vocals and the guitar on the credits, whereas Dan Rothschild was only credited on the vocals. So I thought, well, he must be the frontman then, given we're only hearing really one front on the band. A couple of backing vocals here and there, but we're hearing one front guy. It must be the guy who's credited purely for vocals. So the other guy involved, who's credited on the guitar at the same time, might be like the dude. And I don't know who Dan is or who he isn't, to be honest. But people are referencing like live performances and how they were engaging with this other guy. The production value is brilliant. So I digressed in my discussion there. But what I wanted to say is that Dan has a father who's well educated and experienced within music production and creating a good product and a good record. And he must have given that magic down to his child, because this is one of the better sounding records I've heard in a long while. I think it's got a quality production. I'll go through records on records, and without consciously tuning into the bass frequencies, I like just the idea of a bass guitar being involved in what I'm hearing is like non-existent. But on this record, the bass holds the bass frequency with such quality, with such magnificence, with such presence and availability. It just sounds really good. The guitar tones are fantastic. Like, not speaking on the guitar mix, but the literal sound of the guitar tone coming out of that amp sounds great to me. And I'm not a tone head. I got 2 guitar pedals I've been wanting to sell my entire life. That's about it. I don't give a fuck about tone. I don't give about... Just play the flipping guitar, man. But I enjoyed the tone on the record. The twinkle, the clarity, the overdriven crispness of what I was hearing was a pleasure. Really good. The drumming was okay. The drumming could be better. And when I say the drumming could be better, the drumming was right in what was being performed, but the drumming could have been performed by a better drummer who could throw a few ghosts in there, throw a few gnarly fills in there, throw a few more, just give a bit more colour to what we were hearing in the drums. The front man was good. The lyrical content was okay. The songwriting was good. So, a lot of basic rhymes, a lot of basic I like you, I love you content. So lyrically, it wasn't great. And I'm not a lyrical guy. I don't care for the lyrical content, but this band elevates the vocal line and the front man into a position of so much clarity and centralization that you can't help but pay attention in order to make a statement on what you think the band is worth, you know? Normally, I don't really care about lyrical content. People leave comments, oh, you gotta get the lyrics up at the same time, man. Bro, I don't give a fuck. Like, the thing is about the lyric is that it means something different to you than it does to me. It's interpretive and it's subjective. That's the whole point of music as a whole. And that's why it's amazing. And that's why I can say, I hate this or I love this. And you can say, no, you're supposed to hate this or love this. You can't say that. It's like, bruh, I don't give a fuck because my opinion is mine and yours is yours, right? It is the beauty of art. It can be polarizing or it can bring people together. And the idea of being polarizing is as, you know, attractive as if it brought people together, because you're still engaging in depth over a product that has engaged with you emotionally to some degree, or rationally if you want to be logical about your, you know, assessment of music. So good art engages with you producing an opinion full stop. If I was an opinionless about a product, it's like nothing. So the vocal performance was good. He didn't go off. He never sounded bad. There was no wrong melodies to me, but I feel like he could have elevated the register from time to time. He stayed within this very, 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 very tight boundary of vocal registry. And when I say registry, I just mean like how high or low he sings. He sort of stuck within that middle ground. And I know, even though people do have, you know, a genetic range as to what they can perform in, I do know that this dude could probably push it here or there if he wanted to, but he didn't. So in the chorus sections, in the, you know, hooks and so forth, there wasn't so much variation where he could have potentially elevated and created a bolder statement in what was being said. I think that should have been, you know, more occasional, but here we are. If I'm to rate this record, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I liked it. I thought it was well produced. I thought it was spectacularly produced. I thought the writing was good. I thought the instrumental was good. It was not mind-blowing. It was good songwriting. I don't think songwriter rooted music is ever mind-blowing, because the aim of the game is to create a product that markets, that appeals, that bounces off of people. And you can't create this specific supercharged 10 out of 10 energy that just appeals to 10 people of the populace and nobody else gets it and be successful. It's impossible. You need to appeal to more people than that to garner a market. So I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it. This was better than Ezra. And this goes out to David. Peace, one love, my brother. Let's go.